Good afternoon from 107.8 Black Diamond FM. Mark Mulgrew, Mr. Entertainment.
Maybe I should have called you first, but I was dying to get to you. I was dreaming when I drove the long straight road ahead. Could taste your sweet kisses, your arms open wide. This fever for you is just burning me up inside. I drove all night to get to you. Is that alright? I drove all night, crept in your room, woke you from your sleep to make love to you. Is that alright? I drove all night. What in this world keeps us from tearing apart? No matter where I go, I hear the beating of your heart. I think about you when the night is cold and dark. No one can move me the way that you do. Nothing erases this feeling between me and you. Oh, I drove all night to get to you. Is that alright? I drove all night, crept in your room, woke you from your sleep to make love to you. Is that alright? I drove all night. Taste your sweet kisses, your arms open wide. This fever for you, it's burning me up inside. I drove all night to get to you. Is that alright? I drove all night, crept in your room, woke you from your sleep to make love to you. Is that alright? I drove all night.
The wonderful sound of Colin Chisholm, who's sitting here with me. Good afternoon, Colin.
Good afternoon, Marky boy.
Thank you very much for joining us today.
My pleasure.
In what I believe will be a very busy time for you.
It is indeed, aye. The first part of the show obviously was recorded earlier on. So we're now at the battle stage, and I think, although I can't promise your listeners, but I think I'm on, not this weekend, but the weekend after that, the Eurovision Song Contest is on.
So you'll not be on this week? You're not singing in the Eurovision?
No. Maybe next year.
You're not doing the Engelbert Humperdinck thing?
No, God, I hope not.
Just to give you your full introduction, you're Colin Chisholm, and you are a contestant in the battle rounds of BBC's The Voice.
Yeah.
And we were chatting off air there and saying, you know, it's a complete change for you in the way that your career has been. It sort of went a bit reverse and sort of full circle.
It's like starting all over again. I come for an audition. You've only had 50 years in the business, but aye.
Tell us where it all started, Colin.
Well, can I swear on air about my daughter? No. It was my daughter Chloe who put me in for this. Who I should have said dropped me into this. I got an email into my email box, as you do, from The Voice saying, would like you to come along on whenever it was, September of last year, to a hotel in Glasgow, the Grand Central Hotel in Glasgow, for an audition. Your time slot is this. I thought, what's this? What's this about? And of course, my daughter was lying on the couch peeing herself laughing. I told you I was going to do it. I told you I was going. I said, you. I'm not going to say what I called her. So anyway, that was giving me about 3 weeks to have kittens and all the rest of it. Thinking, what am I going to? Oh, I'm not doing that. I'm not, because I've never done an audition in my life, and not because I'm too big for auditions. Nothing like that. I just wouldn't want to put myself through that stress, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, cut a long story short, I decided on the Sunday night. The audition was on the Monday that I would go through, so we went through, myself and my wife, and she had to walk around the shops in Glasgow, which she loved. And 4 hours later, having queued up in the rain and the wind and everything outside in Gordon Street in Glasgow, got in for the audition and got through that first part. There was another audition in Glasgow, same day, but you then sang. The first part was a cappella, which means without backing music for anybody that's maybe not known that. Where I sang Eyes of Blue by Paul Carrick, who's my favourite singer anyway, so good old Paul, you got me through, son. I got through that part, and then I was taken away, and you were frog marched down the stairs and photographed, and it was like a criminal thing against the wall, you know.
The usual suspects.
Oh, aye. Taking my height, 3'1". So then I had to sing another couple of songs down there with a couple of backing tracks that I had. I was then interviewed for about 30, 40 minutes. And they said, OK, well done in getting that far, because they auditioned 35,000 people to get on The Voice, from London to Manchester, Birmingham, Cardiff, Belfast, blah, 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 Edinburgh, Glasgow. Not Edinburgh, Glasgow. And then a fortnight later, I got another phone call from The Voice saying that I'd made it to the callbacks in London, along with 450 other potential auditionees. So I went down to London, auditioned again, and I got through that part. So that, once you've done all that, you then get to the stage, what you see on the telly, of 130, I think, make it to the televised part. And from that televised part, 48 make it to the teams.
So from 35,000 down to 48.
Yeah.
You've done no bad.
Not too bad, aye. For a young thing like me.
Well, you know, you have it. You just touched on it. You've had 50 years in the business, and you've done various things. We'll talk about that in the next segment.
Yeah.
What I think, and I thought a lot of people around Edinburgh who have known what you've done before say that it's quite ironic because you were known round the circuit in Scotland as The Voice. You were billed as The Voice. So
yeah.
It's maybe an omen.
Well, the thing was, that was on the posters and all the rest of it, The Voice. And because it was a very dark and mysterious photograph that we had in the poster, a lot of people thought I was a ventriloquist until they got to the club wherever I was appearing. And then they realised, no, I'm not a ventriloquist, or certainly wasn't very good because they could see my lips moving. So I was known for a while as The Voice, basically because a lot of session work that I did as well. You know, I've been on a few backing tracks for everybody else, and radio station jingles and television adverts and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Now, it all started many years ago. Your first performance was with your brother.
Yeah,
I do believe. And you were you were 7 or was he 7?
No, I was 9, and he would be just touching 14 at the time. And our very first band, well, actually, the very first band I was corrected by my brother. He's always correcting me. He's never stopped since he was a bairn. And I hope he's listening to this. If he's not, I'll send him it. He used to shop me for smoking, folks, by the way, when I was 12 or 13 or 14. He used to tell my mum and dad. Anyway.
That's what brothers are for.
I know, aye. But he kept doing it when I was 20. So, the very first band, he reminded me, wasn't in fact Tiny and the Titans. We became Tiny and the Titans, but the very first band was called the Rocketeens. But as I wasn't even a teenager, that didn't seem to apply to me. So that's when we changed it to Tiny and the Titans. And then as I grew to a huge height of, by that time, probably about 5 feet. They changed the name to the Titans. And then the Titans then became the Reflection. We did Opportunity Knocks as the Reflection with Huey Green. There must be a lot of old people out there that can remember this.
There's a lot of young people could remember Huey Green. I count myself in that.
Well, no, I'm saying old people, Mark. You can count yourself as that. Opportunity Knocks. I was 15, I think, at that time. We did that, and then... that band just basically, grew its own lifestyle or outgrew its own lifestyle. And I then wanted to be in a band with my pals, and that's when Bilbo Baggins arrived.
Well, we'll talk about Bilbo Baggins in the next segment.
Yep.
Going to play another one of the songs. We're going to squeeze in as much music so that the Midlothian listeners can listen to your voice.
Cool.
This is one that you said is something that you don't normally do. It's an old standard, a classic.
It's an old standard, okay. Yeah, this is actually about the only song that I know that is older than me. This was done originally. I'd be wrong if I said Ella Fitzgerald, but it's in that era certainly. A song called My Funny Valentine, and this is a different voice you're hearing from me.
Fantastic.
My funny Valentine, sweet comic Valentine, you make me smile with your eyes. Your looks laughable, unphotographable, yet you're my favorite work of art. Is your figure less than Greek? Is your mouth a little weak? When you open it to speak, are you smart? But don't change your hair for me, not if you care for me. Stay, little Valentine, stay. Each day is Valentine's Day. Is your figure less than Greek? Is your mouth a little weak? When you open it to speak, are you smart? But don't change your hair for me, not if you care for me. Stay, little Valentine, stay. Each day is